Dear students, I'm Dr. Chandrakala HD. In this video, I'll be teaching you variables and operators from the chapter Programming in C. A variable is an identifier name given to any data value in the program. So, ಈಗ ಒಂದು C program ನಾವು ಬರೆದಾಗ program execute ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನಮಗೆ data ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. So, program is written to do some operation on the data. So data values are difficult to remember as values directly, and also the computer stores those values as binary values. Hence, for a programmer to keep track of those data values as binary is also difficult. And it's always easier to give some suitable names to the data items called identifiers and use them in the program. So the names given to the data values used in the program are called as variables. So as the name itself suggests, a variable can take different values at different times of program execution. So some example variable names are average, height, total, counter one, class underscore strength, so on. These are all examples of variable names which can be used in the program. So there are certain rules which have to be followed to frame variable names in C language. And these rules are same as those which are used to frame identifiers. Rules for identifiers and rules for variable names both are same. So some of the rules to frame variable names are: variable names should only contain the letters, digits, and underscores. Apart from these, they should not contain any other special symbols. Secondly, the name should always begin with an alphabet or underscore. It cannot begin with a digit. And the first 31 characters are significant in the variable name according to the ANSI standard. And with the current C99 standard, the first 8 characters are significant. So you can write names of any length, but for a compiler, from compiler point of view, only first 31 characters are treated as unique. The uppercase and lowercase are treated significantly different in C language. C language is a case-sensitive language. Uppercase is treated as different from lowercase. For example, capital TOTAL in small, total is the name of the variable. So this name is different from TOTAL all caps, that is total, the same spelling, but since the case is different, these two are treated as different variable names. Also, variable names cannot be keywords. You can't make use of C keywords as names of variables. There are some keywords like for, while, do, if, break, continue, so on. These cannot be used as names of the variables. And also, white spaces are not allowed in between the variable names. So as I told you, most compilers treat 8 characters as the unique characters of the variable names, but these number of characters which are treated significant varies from one standard of C to another standard. In ANSI C, it is 31. In C99, it is 63 characters. And sometimes, depending on the compilers, which compiler you are using, generally 8 characters are treated to be significant. Now, let's take few example valid and invalid variable names. The first example variable name is first underscore tag. This is a valid variable name. It consists of only letters and underscores. Quite fine. Second one is char. Char is the second variable name. This is not a valid variable name because char is a keyword in C language. It can't be used as name of a variable. Next example, price $, is not a valid variable name because $sign is a special symbol. It is illegal to use it as part of the variable name. The fourth example is group space 1. This is also not valid variable name because blank space is not permitted in the variable name. Average underscore number is a valid variable name. In this, first 8 characters are treated to be significant. Next, int underscore type is a valid username. Though int is a keyword, it can appear as part of the name, not as a full name. So earlier, char, which was a keyword, was the only part of variable name which was used. But here, int underscore type is a valid part because keyword is only part of the variable name. It's not the entire variable. That was about the variables and rules to frame variable names. Next, let's move on to operators. Operators are yet another type of C tokens. Operators are the symbols which are used to tell the compiler to perform certain mathematical and logical operations. The operators are an eternal part of C language because C program manipulates data and variables, and this manipulation happens using the mathematical and logical operators. C has a rich set of operators. There are 8 categories of operators in C language. They are arithmetic operators, relational operators, logical operators, assignment operators, increment and decrement operators, conditional operators, bitwise operators, and special operators. Let's learn each of these in detail. So in this video, I'll be teaching you the first 3 types: further arithmetic operators, relational operators, and logical operators. First one is arithmetic operators. Let's assume 2 variables A and B. Let A hold 10 and the variable B hold the value 20. So using these 2 variables, let's see how or what outputs the arithmetic operators provide. So the basic arithmetic operators supported in C language are plus, minus, star, slash, modulus, and plus plus. These are the basic ones. So the plus operator will add the 2 operands. If I write A plus B, now in our example, A is 10 and B is 20. So A plus B will yield 30 as output. Minus operator is used to subtract second operand from the first operand. A minus B will be giving me minus 10. 10 minus 20 is minus 10. Star operator will multiply the 2 given operands. So we say the data values are the operands. Actually, when I say operand, it is nothing but the variable names or the data values. So A into B will yield 200. 10 into 20 is 200. Next, the operator slash divides numerator by denominator. So B divided by A, if I take 20 divided by 10, the divider will yield the quotient. So 10 2s is 20, quotient is 2. So the next operator is percentage or modulus operator. We call it as mod operator also. This operator will yield the remainder of division. So slash will yield the quotient of division. Percentage will yield the remainder of division. B mod A. So in this case, 20 mod 10 is going to be 0. So 20 divided by 10 will give the remainder as 0 because 20 is completely divisible by 10. Remainder will be 0. So that will be the answer of mod operator. The next arithmetic operator is plus plus. So this plus plus operator is called as increment operator. It increases the integer value by 1. Say for example, if I write A plus plus, it's equivalent to writing A plus 1. So my A value is 10. So A plus plus will yield the answer as 11. These are few arithmetic operators. So along with plus plus, we have minus minus operator as well. And we have a lot of shorthand arithmetic operators also. So in the further classes, we will be learning them also in detail. Now let's take an example C program to demonstrate all the arithmetic operators available in C. So we have this program hash include stdio.h is used because we are going to use printf in the program. So we are using the preprocessor directive hash include to include the header file standard io.h. So inside the main function, I'll be declaring and initializing two variables a and b. I've assigned a with 21 and b with 10. You could take any values and any variable names, it's your choice. My choice is a equal to 21, b equal to 10. I'm using an output variable c in order to hold the result of arithmetic operation. So I'm declaring it as integer. So if I want all these values to be integer values, I have to declare their data type as int. So first I'll perform addition by writing c equal to a plus b. So you should observe one more thing. All statements in the C program, most statements will end with a semicolon. So c equal to a plus b semicolon is an addition statement. So this will add 21 with 10, produce the result 31 and assign it to the variable c. C value is 31. So this result I can display it on the console using the printf. So in printf, I'll display the output as line 1, value of c is percentage d followed by the variable name. So percentage d is used to indicate the data type of the variable. So this percentage d will be replaced with the value of the variable c in the output line. The output will be displayed as value of c is 30. Next, I have written the second arithmetic statement for subtraction, c equal to a minus b, and I'm displaying the output line 2, value of c is 21 minus 10, in fact it is 11. Next, I have written a multiplication statement, c equal to a into b, 21 into 10 is 210, so my output will be displayed as line 3, value of c is 210. Similarly, I have written c equal to a divided by b. So 21 divided by 10 is 2 point something. Since we are dealing with only integers, the point something will be truncated and result will be retained as 2 itself. So the output statement printf will print the output as line 4. Value of c is 2. You should observe one thing, whatever comes inside the double quote will be displayed as it is. But if I use any conversion specifiers like percentage d for int, percentage f for floating point, percentage c for character, those will be replaced with the value of the variable which will appear immediately next to the percentage d. And the backslash n is the escape sequence. This will move the cursor to the next line. So why we use backslash n is to make sure that every new line of the output is displayed in a new line instead of the same line. So for clarity of display, we use backslash n in the printf. The next statement in the program is c equal to a plus plus. I'm incrementing a by 1 and displaying the output. So the output will be line 6, value of c is 22. Next, c equal to a minus minus. This is a decrement operator. I'm decrementing the value of a by 1 and I'm assigning it to c. And now the value of c is 20. Earlier a was 21. Now minus minus will do a minus 1 from it. Hence it will become 20. The value of c is 20. So line 7, value of c is 20 will be the output for this particular operation. So this is the program which demonstrates arithmetic operators. The next type of operator is relational operators. So as the name itself suggests, relational operators are used to find a relation between two values. So let's again take two values using variable names a and b. Let a be again 10, b be 20. The different the different relational operators supported in C are equal, double equal to, not equal to, greater than, lesser than, greater than or equal to, lesser than or equal to. So the double equal to will check if the two operands supplied to it are equal or not. If both are equal, then the answer of this relational operator is true. That is, true is indicated by 1 and false is indicated by 0. The relational operators will only produce two possible outputs, either a true or false, 1 to indicate true and 0 to indicate false. So here, in this example, I've taken A as 10 and B as 20. So A double equal to B, 10 equal to 20 is not true. So hence false will be the output of this particular relational statement. Next, the not equal to symbol will return a true if the first operand is not equal to second operand. If both are equal, then it will return a false. So in this example, A not equal to B, that is 10 not equal to 20, will return a true. The greater than symbol is the next relational operator. This will return a true if the first operand is greater than second operator. So A greater than B will return a false as output. A greater than B is not true because A is 10, B is 20. The fourth operator, relational operator, is less than. So A less than B, 10 less than 20 is true. This will return a true as answer. The fifth relational operator is greater than or equal to. A greater than or equal to B in this case is not true. So this operator will return it true if either the first operand is greater than or equal to the second operand. Otherwise, it will return a false. The sixth relational operator is less than or equal to. So this will return a true if the first operand is less than or equal to the right operand. So we are combining the greater than, less than with equal to operation by using these two arithmetic, these two relational operators. So A less than or equal to B in this case is true because A is 10, B is 20. Though both are not equal, A is less than 20, 10 is less than 20. Hence, this will return a true. So ಇದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಟ್ರೂ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಎ ಮತ್ತೆ ಬಿ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರೂ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಥವಾ ಎ ಲೆಸ್ ದನ್ ಬಿ ಇದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರೂ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರೂ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಯಾಟಿಸ್ಫೈ ಆದ್ರೂ ಟ್ರೂ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. This was about the relational operators. Next, the third type of operators is logical operators. So logical operators are used to combine two or more relational operators together. So whenever we want to check multiple relational operations at a time, we can combine multiple relational operators together using the logical operators. There are three types of logical operators. Logical AND, which is indicated by double ampersand, logical OR indicated by double pipe symbol, and logical NOT, which is indicated by an exclamatory symbol. So the logical operators, they are basically used to combine one or more relational expressions. So an expression is nothing but a combination of operator and operand. So in this example, I have taken A greater than B, logical AND X equal to 10. So I'm combining two relational expressions into one using logical AND. So logical AND will return a true if both its operands are true. For all other cases, like both operands false, one true, one false, it will return a false. So A greater than B, logical AND X equal to 10 will return a true only if both the conditions evaluate to true. A greater than B nu true irbeku, X equal to 10 nu true irbeku. Angidra matra ಈ condition satisfy. Say for example, you have A is 10, B is 2 and X is 10. A is 10, B is 2, X is 10 ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಆ example ಗೆ ಇದು true ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. A greater than B nu true ಇದೆ, X equal to 10 nu true ಇದೆ. Otherwise, say ಈಗ A is 1, B is 2, X is 10 ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. So A greater than B false ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. X equal to 10 true ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So one true, one false ಆದ್ರೂನು logical and false return ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. Then the outcome of the statement will be false. So ಅದೇ ತರ you have logical or. Logical or ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಆಪರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರೆ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಉಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕೇಸ್ಗೂ ಟ್ರೂ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಎರಡು ಆಪರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಇದ್ರು ಅಥವಾ ಒನ್ ಟ್ರೂ ಒನ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರು ಸಹ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್ ಆಪರೇಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಕಮ್ ಔಟ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಟ್ರೂ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನು ಲಾಜಿಕಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ಪುಟ್ಗೆ ಟ್ರೂ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಟ್ರೂ ಅಂತ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ಪರ್ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಸ್ an inverse operation on its operand. Basically, these expressions are, these operators are used to combine one or more relational expressions, not to form complex relational expressions. We make use of logical operands, logical operators. So that was about the arithmetic operators, relational operators, and logical operators. We shall learn the other types of operators in my next upcoming video. Thank you.